All right. Noelle, I can see you. Can you hear me okay? Yay. I'm like, I don't know what's going on with my, I don't know what's going on with my Facebook. Something has changed. Whatever they did totally has changed. It's like my whole screen looks different. Wow, that is so bizarre. Now I can't see you again. I can't see your message again. I can see that you wrote something, but I don't know what's going on with Facebook, but it changed. Hi. I did see that scroll through. Boy, that's weird. Okay. All right, let's see. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what is swipe. It wants me to swipe. Let me try that. This is really, really, really weird. Yay, okay. Facebook made some changes, y'all. They made some changes. Just in the last couple days. How weird. All right. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Hi, Kelly. Hi, Heather. Hi, Stephanie. I see you all. Thank you. I feel kind of weird. All right. So my plan tonight, 4 cards, 4 of each card. We're going to make bases like crazy. And then we're going to go back to the pattern paper to decorate them. I hope that works. Heather, I can see you. Thank you. I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay, so here's my thought. We'll start with a very basic easel card base and then a bookmark card. I have that horizontal or the vertical step card and then a right flap card. This is kind of an example of what that, I got sent one of these for my birthday last year. And even though I don't love the design of this card, like it was very nice. Don't get me wrong. I love how it's like interactive where it opens and then flaps over and it doesn't go all the way to the edge. So whatever you put inside kind of shows through. So that gives us a little play room there. And you guys know an easel card is the most basic. You've seen the bookmark cards. I bet you haven't made one yet, and I thought, let's do it together. And then a vertical step card. So we'll just kind of work our way through these and make card bases. So here's what you need. You need cardstock in different colors. So the colors I'm using tonight are these. And I did go ahead and pull some of my cheap white cardstock that I need to get rid of. I want to do a white cardstock comparison. Maybe I'll do this Friday because I have Nina Hammermill close to my heart. I'm waiting for Stampin' Up. Maybe I'll wait till I get that in the mail. And I just want to show you the difference in whites on these. Oh, I'm sorry, Kelly. Thanks for popping in. I hope you feel better. I heard a lot of my cards go to JJ, and so I heard from JJ she's having surgery today on her gallbladder. So I hope she's doing well too. Anyway, I want you to get out your paper trimmer and have room for like 4 piles of cards, okay? Because we're gonna start some piles, and for each card you're gonna need a couple of different sheets, and it's kind of nice to have more than one color of base, not make them all brown or all blue or all, you know what I mean? It is kind of nice to have different colors, because then when you play with your papers, you have some options. So for this first card, I'm going to start with blue. I'm tempted to get my chopper, but I'm going to get out this trimmer because it is easier for you all to see it, and then I don't feel like I'm speeding ahead. So the first thing we're going to do is get your cardstocks in a pile and set them next to you, and we are going to cut some bases for our easel cards. These are 4 1/4 by 11 inches. And it doesn't matter what you're left with. We'll use those for something else. So just cut 4 bases. I'm going to cut this to 11 inches first. And then I have a scrap pile that I'll be using. I'm going to turn it, and I'm going to cut it at 4 1/4. So there is 1 base. And I'm going to do 4 1/4 again. And there is a second base. So I have 2 bases for my easel cards, and I'm putting that in my easel card pile. And then this piece goes into my scraps. The next thing that we need when we make an easel card is we need a front panel. And that front panel is usually, I like to make it cardstock. So you can use any color that you want. And I think I'm going to just use white. And we need 1 for each card. So we need 4 of them. Is everybody caught up? 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. So if I have a bunch of 8 1/2 by 11 paper, and this particular one is starting to turn yellow on the edges. You can't see it on camera, but I have got to get it used up before it goes bad. It's like, I don't know. It just doesn't look good. It does not look good. Okay, so I have 2 bases, 2 panels, and now I'm going to do 2 more, and I'm going to pick a new color. So I think I'm going to use pumpkin. So again, I'm going to cut it at 11. This is going to go in my scraps. I'm going to turn it and cut it at 4 1/4. There's a base. I'm going to cut another one at 4 1/4. There's another base, and then this goes in my scraps. Now I need the pop-up panel, the 3 1/4 by 4 1/4, and I can pick any color I want. So I think I'm going to go with this. I'm doing fall, by the way. That's why all my colors are these. So 3 1/4 by 4 1/4 panel. So I'm going to put this back in my pile. And I'm going to cut 2 at 3 1/4 so that I have, there's one. There's one. Okay. I have 2 bases, 2 pop-ups, 2 bases, 2 pop-ups, and that is my easel card pile. Everybody, tell me if you're caught up. If you're not, I'll talk about the rain or something while you do. Easel card pile. I have no messages from anybody. What the heck? Hello, hello. There you go. 3. Oh, you're probably right. It should be 3. It should be 3 1/4. 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. Oh, that's my scrap. Hold on. The truth is, it doesn't matter. I know that sounds like lame, but you can make this front panel any size you want. I chose this because it'll be perfect for using our pocket cards if we want to do pocket cards on there. You know, sometimes when you just want a quickie card, you can just slap a pocket card. Okay, so our easel card bases are made, and just set those aside. The next card I want to do, I want to show you, but where did I put it? I have like this pile going here. All right, so we're gonna do this style of card, which is a vertical pop-up. It only has 2 pieces to cut. It looks complicated because, you know, it's fun, but it's really simple to cut. And so when I made my template for this, it's almost what we just cut. So let's make that next. So I'm gonna just use the rest of my orange piece for one of them, and we are cutting this at 11 by 4 1/4. That is our base, right? So you just need to cut this to 11 by 4 1/4. So there is one. I'm putting this in my scraps. We need 4 of these, and they can be any color, okay? So I'm just gonna make one. I have this white that's kind of left over. I think it's exactly 4 1/4 by 11. Yeah, there's one. I think I'll do a brown one. I almost can't hear over the rain. It is so loud here. It's hitting the roof of the house so hard. It's so weird. Rain is much louder in this house than it is in my house next door. 4 1/4 by 11. There's my third card base. And I need one more. Maybe I'll do one of these blue also. 4 1/4. By 11. Okay, you should have 4 card bases. 4 1/4 by 11, and you can make them any color you want, all the same, just as long as they coordinate with whatever you have in your stash, because you're gonna want everything to matchy match. You know, you want it to go together. Okay, the other piece that we need to cut. Now, normally, when I made this card, I cut this to 7 by 2 3/4, but I'm going to extend it because if we decide to use those pocket cards, we're going to need this a little wider. That's why I said it doesn't matter how big you make these things. You can tweak them to how you want them to look. So I need this cut 7 inches long, and we are going to do this 3 inches wide. And we need 4 card fronts, and I might just do them all the same colors. The best part of this is that now you can go into your scraps and grab them. Like I have, you know, these scraps that I cut off. So I can cut these to 7 by 3. You can make them 3 1/4. Maybe I'll make them 3 1/4. It doesn't matter. So there's one. And then I'm going to cut this one to 7. And 3 or 3 1/4, whatever you've got, whatever you want. And then I have this one. These are just my scraps. 7, and I'll cut it to 3 1/4. Okay, these are all going into my scrap pile, and yeah, it looks like I should throw these little strips out, but I'm not going to. I'm going to put them in my scrap pile. I decorate cards using those little strips. I need one more. And I am not going to match these up. I'm going to mix and match. So I'm missing a white or a brown. So maybe I'll just do a brown. I'll cut this to 3 1/4 by 7. Okay. Everybody got bases and fronts? So here's what we're going to do with this. I want you to kind of lay these out in front of you. And I want you to take these and put them where you like them. You know, like put them where they look good to you. Like mix and match them, and then we're gonna stack them up. So there's card 1, card 2, card 3, card 4. Now we have 4 of the vertical step card bases cut, and we just have to score and decorate. We're gonna put those in a pile. How's everybody doing? Let's do that crazy flap card because it's weird. So what I did was I took this flap card and you know you can do anything with that. You can kind of see, you can use a normal card base and then just add a little hinged piece on it. And it doesn't have to, this one is a fairly good sized card. It's like an A5, I think this is. Gosh, you guys, I can't see my neighbor's house outside. It's raining kind of hard. Okay, so I shrunk this down so that it'll fit in an A2 envelope. And I shrunk down the flap. And then what we're gonna do is have part of this showing, and then this flap will end up attaching like this, right? And it'll open and open. Okay, So we need to get our card bases made, and we need 4 of them, and they're going to be 7 3/4 by 5 1/2. Okay, 7 3/4 by 5 1/2, and you use whatever you want. So I'm gonna cut this at 5 1/2, and I'm gonna turn it and go 7 3/4. Base 1. And I think I'm going to go ahead and do a second one the same way. 5 1/2. By 7 3/4. Is anybody actually working with me? Tell me. These are scraps. If you're just watching, I can go, pretty fast. I think I measured that wrong. 5 1/2. One of these I measured wrong. Oh, I did that one 5 1/4. 5 1/2 by 7 3/4. It is true that it's really easy to screw up when you're on here. 5 1/2 and turn it, and 7 3/4. I feel like that's just okay. Yeah, I have 1 2 3 card bases so far. How's everybody else coming? I think I'll do one in this pumpkin orange. 5 1/2. And you flip it 7 3/4. It's okay if you're just watching. I hope that you go back and make cards, because look at how many cards I am making in a short time. It's just now been half an hour and I've gabbed for 10 minutes of it. So we're already on our, this is a set of 12 so far. Okay, so the other piece that we need to these cards is the actual flap. So you want coordinating cardstock that will look good with, with these colors. So, and our flap, 3 1/2 by 4 1/2, and we need 4 of them, and it doesn't matter what color you make them. Let's see what I've got. This brown in my scrap, and look at that, it's 4 1/2 inches wide. So there you go. 3 1/2. My daughter's been on vacation this week. 3 1/2. She has to go back to work tonight. She's worried about our internet not working. I'm like, it'll be fine. I say that, and then I'm sitting here going, please let the internet hold out. Okay, so there's 3. I need 1 more, and this will be another 3 1/2 by 4 1/2. Let's see if my white piece is big enough. 4 1/2. Ooh, looky there. I'm using my scraps on my desk that, as I cut things down, you end up with all these little bits and bobs. Okay. Okay, this here is the card bases. And now we are just going to put, the colors with what you think looks good. And those are the pieces that you need. 1, card 2, card 3, card 4. And there is the base for our flap card. Okay? We have scoring, but there's the base. Okay. Let's go to our last card, which is the bookmark card. Now, the bookmark card, I didn't save it for last because it's hard. It's not hard. But I saved it for last because I thought it's a good place to start with our pattern paper. Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that, Linda. So, cool. Yeah, you know, I just grabbed a pack of like Echo Park because every now and then, I don't know what's wrong with me. I just order that stuff. Like I don't need more. I do not need more Echo Park. But for some reason, I order it and I order it. All right. Well, I'm just moving to my cheaty page that I have here. There's my easel page. I could just use my card base. I like to have these kind of out in case I can combine things. Sometimes I make notes on here that helps me. I have a lot of different cards. There's my double Z fold one. Okay, bookmark. What we need is we need 4 bases that are 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, just like standard card size, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So I'm trying to decide what kind of leftover I want on my paper here. There's 5 1/2. Okay. 4 1/4. There's 1. I'm going to use this orange again, and there's 2, and this is a scrap. 2 card bases right there. And then I think I'm going to make a couple in brown. So 4 1/4. How about you, Stephanie? Are you watching? 5 1/2. And 5 1/2. The only thing I don't love about these style of trimmers is that when you cut with them, they kind of, I don't know, mash your paper into the groove just a little bit. I know that sounds really stupid, but it does leave like a little bit of an edge on your paper. It just, my guillotine one does not do that. Okay, so here's going to be my back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Are you working with me? Yay! That makes me feel good. Okay, now we need this is just your card base. Like this is the base that it sits on. So we have 4 different ones, different colors, you know. So Stephanie, you're the only one I have to ask if you're caught up. Everybody else is just sort of watching. So I'm like, okay, if you're caught up, we'll keep moving. The next part that we need to make is this part that opens, and what it does is it lays on your card and opens and closes like this. So it's really just a piece of cardstock that we fold in half, not anything too fancy, but it is colored or white cardstock, and you just want it to be 6 1/2 by 4 1/4. So I already made 2 of mine brown, and I have a lot of brown left. Let me see what else I've got in my pile. I think this one will work. 6 1/2 by 4 1/4. Yep, there's one. Ooh, just. Okay. So there is one card front. And you can put them together. There's one. Maybe I'll do one in brown. Six 1/2 by 4 1/4. And I'll put that one with this one. So there's card. I have one card 2 card. And I guess, well, I'm looking at my scraps. I don't see anything big enough. I'm going to go with white. We're going to put pattern paper on it anyway. So I'm going to just cut this at 4 1/4. And then I'll cut 2 of these at 6 1/2. I think for the sake of my lives, if nothing else, I may buy the Stampin' Up! Trimmer because I love that it has the scoring blade right there with it. I don't know. What do you think? Heather, do you have one? I want to know if it's worth my money. Because it is kind of a frustrating thing to have so many trimmers. I prefer the guillotine style. And I use this mostly just when I'm live or when I'm just cutting a slit in something, you know. Okay, so this is the bookmark card, and we have base 1 with a flap, base 2 and a flap, base 3 and a flap, and base 4 and a flap. So there's 4 cards bookmark. Cool. All right. So while we have our bases out for the bookmark card, let's start looking at our pattern papers, because this is kind of a good place to figure out, you know, when you make this card, it has a removable bookmark, and this bookmark is really pretty, and it's something that people are going to be able to pull off and use actually in a book. So I like this one to be, you know, not too generic, right? You want it to look really nice. So let me grab, I'm organizing a little bit here because I want to show you the papers I'm using. This is the front cover, and the back of it has all those, what I call PML cards. They're basically picture, you know, like, what's that, pocket cards or whatever. And some of them are better, you know, at a cover than others. Like, this is adorable. I'm nuts about you? I don't know. This, unless I put it with a bunch of stuff, no. This is really cute. I don't know about the hey there, Foxy, maybe. Fall would work. Autumn days are here again would work. This is more of a journaling card, but I could use that little bird. Fall blessings, that'd be perfect. See, I go through them and I kind of look at them and think, yeah, that would be good or not. And then some of them are horizontal and some of them are vertical, and that will matter when we do some of our cards. So there's the back. I'm just going to set all these pocket style cards. I'm going to set those aside because we're going to cut those apart in a minute. And then I have this paper. This is front and back. Now, for the bookmark, this directional paper does not work great. You end up with upside down trees or diagonal looking trees or something. It's hard to get your images the right direction when you have to fold this bookmark up. So if you're going to use something, try to make it non-directional. This one would work, although even that, this one on the diagonal would probably work better. This floral would work great because it's super generic. You know, it's very fallish. It'll look good with anything. There's a wood grain to this. The leaves would work fine. The polka dots would work fine. These little fox are directional. That's not so good. And then I have another couple of pages of, this is the back, and on the other side is the 6x6 pieces. Now, some of these will not work for decorations for the front of a card, and some of them will work perfect. Like, look at that, how cute. This little guy, hello fall. So I'm gonna set those aside, even though I kind of like this color. I'm just gonna set that aside to cut apart. And then I have my sticker page, which we will use, so we'll set that aside. So this is what I have to pick from for my bookmarks. And when you are trying to decide, you know, you want colors that coordinate with everything. So I kind of like the polka dots. I'm gonna go with polka dots. Which one would you have picked? The polka dots or this one is good too. I kind of like the idea of, I like that this has all the different colors in it. I could have, and the polka dots, you know, they could use that as a bookmark year round. I don't know. I could use the leaves, I suppose, but all right. So we are going to cut these into 5x5 squares. We need 4 of them. We need 1 for every card, and each bookmark takes a 5x5 square. So let's get that done. I might just cut it to 10. I'm going to make all 4 of my bookmarks out of the same paper. What's on the other side? Oof. That might be a problem, because it's directional, and sometimes when I fold, I get it screwed up and my fox end up on the wrong side. I'm just going to do it. All right, 10. We have 10 inches. And I'll flip it, and 10. And then we're going to cut them down to 5x5s. Okay. Just for a minute, I'm putting the trimmer away so that we can make our bookmarks and have those ready to roll. Yeah, I like the plaid too. The polka dots is really cool, but I like the plaid too. My goal is to use this paper pack up. Whatever I have left, I want to throw away. Okay? I don't want to keep it. Okay, now we're going to fold it in half, and we're going to fold it in half again. You know, I might get out my scoreboard, because we're going to be doing a ton of scoring. And I'm like, well, I don't normally score this, but it doesn't hurt. It does make it, you know, fold better if you. So 2.5, turn, 2.5. And we're just gonna keep 2.5. Turn, 2.5. We're going to do all 4 of these. 2.5, 2.5. When I went live tonight, something weird popped up, and it gave me a whole bunch of video options, which I have never seen before. I have no idea. Like, what? I have never seen that before. I'm like, what is happening? Why is Facebook like this? Why are we doing this? Okay, we are going to remove one square. See the square, how there's a 4 square thing? We're going to cut out this bottom square, and just cut it on the, you know, on the crease. And we don't need it. So it can go into our scraps, and we can use the little fox or the little polka dot on another thing, right? It'll come up. It'll be easy. So oh, let's see. I got to remember how to fold this thing because it's been so long. What I'm doing is I'm creasing it, turning and creasing it, because I always get this wrong, always. It's like one of those things that every time I make this card, I have to think about it. You fold this over, fold it in, fold it in. So the part that shows is whatever you fold over. That's what I screw up every time. The part that shows is what you fold over. So this is what I want my polka dots to show. So I'm folding it down. And then I'm going to fold this in and fold this in. There's always one way where it just goes real smooth and one way where it fights you a little bit. And so I just work with it until it just is smooth. Okay? And like, see how I have that little edge? I'm just gonna trim it a little bit because it's annoying. Okay, now we're going to fold all 4. And so whatever part, oh, got to cut one. I'm not good enough to know, like, if I cut this corner, the fox will be straight up. I'm just not good enough at this. I feel like if I played with it more, I might be able to figure it out and then like mark it on my pattern. I don't know. So I want the polka dots to show, so I'm folding it down to the back. Okay, and then this folds in, and this folds in. There's 2. Next, gotta cut the corner. I don't know why, but when I was going through my stash, I want the polka dots to show, so I'm turning it over, folding this down. Oh, there's my daughter. I'm gonna let her in the door. I'll give you a second to catch up, just a sec. Oh, okay, I don't have to. She's coming in the garage. She has to go get coffee, you know, because she's got to stay up all night long for the first time in a while. Fold, fold. She told me she had a meeting before work tonight, so it must start at 8. Okay, there's 3. How are you doing, Stephanie? Are you making progress? Because I feel like I'm putzing around a little bit. All right, cut the corner, cut the corner. That little fox paper is so cute. Okay, good. Good, good. Okay, fold the polka dot down. I want that to show, so I'm folding it, and then these get folded back. I'm gonna flip this around a little just to see if I still get the same. Oh yeah, that works better. Otherwise I gotta trim it. I don't want to trim it. Okay, now we have our 4 bookmarks. Now what we want to do is take some adhesive and seal this back flap. We don't want this back flap on here, right? We just want to seal it up. And gosh, I'm almost out of my liquid glue. All right, so I'm just going to put this on here and close it. That way I do want to trim that just a little bit. There. That way you have your bookmark. It's all in one piece. It looks really nice. And it's going to go on the, you know, the corner of your card. So we have the hardest part of this card done is gluing this thing, or you can use your tape runner, ATG, or a tape runner, tear tape, whatever you got. And just like this. There's 3. Now I'm doing number 4. Okay, look at that. Ta-da, 4 bookmarks done. Okay. So now we are ready to score. How you doing, Stephanie? Are you done with that? I'm just going to put 1 with each card. These are going to be so cute. I love them. So here's the thing about this card is the only piece that gets folded. This base just stays sturdy. You don't fold it. It's just how it is. But the part that gets folded is the longer piece. The piece that's 6.5 inches gets scored in half. So you decide what's the inside, the outside, whatever. And whatever side you want on the outside is what you want to show. Okay, and you scored it 3 1/4 because you bury the bump. Bury the bump. Okay. All right, so here's basically our card. Dun, dun, and a bookmark. That's more or less where we're going with this. So let's do all 4 where we score at 3 1/4, fold it in half. We have our little bookmark, and it'll go onto our base. So there's 1, there's 2, 3 1/4. I'm definitely going to have to put some pattern paper or something on that one because yuck, look at that. Something. 3 1/4. Fold it in half. Not to mention that like I said, this white paper has a little bit of a yellowed edge to it. I think this paper sat next to a window for a while. Okay, let's talk about patterns for this card. I'm going to put my scoreboard away just for a second and get my trimmer back out. I hope that's easy for you to go back and forth. And we're going to pick patterns for these cards, right? So I want to put a pattern, you know, in the background, like back here. And I'm going to frame it out with the base, but that also helps sturdy the base a little bit. The trees are nice, but the polka dots get lost in my trees, so that doesn't work. The leaves are beautiful, but again, the polka dots are not even going to show on that leaf paper. But on the back side, there's a wood grain, and that looks really good. I think I'm going to go with wood grain, and I may do wood grain on all of them. Let's see what else I've got. I've got this one, but again, see, the polka dots are okay on that, but it's not perfect. I think the wood grain's the winner. I could do the little fox. Wood grain. It's still the wood grain. It's going to be. Okay, so what I'm going to do is for each card, I just want it, I just want to leave like a 1/4 inch all around. So this is a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So what am I cutting it to? 4 by 5 1/4. I need 4 pieces. 4 by 5 1/4. And I think I want it vertical. I'm going to cut this zip strip thing off because it's going to end up being in my way. It does have a little tiny strip of wood grain on there. I might hang on to that just in case. I think I do want this vertical. So I need it 4 by 5 1/4. 5 1/4, 5, yeah. Okay, so there's 4. And I need 4 of them. $5 1/4. All right, and I have scrap. So now I have cut 4 by 5 1/4. I've cut 4 pieces, and it's gonna go on here like this. And since I basically now am juggling parts and trying to juggle all these pieces, let's just put it together and get it done. So these pieces I just cut, let's adhere those to your card base. And you're just gonna leave like, a little 1/8 of an inch all around. Isn't that cute? Oh, I love it. Now, to finish this card, this little flap gets attached. So we want it to open like a card, from right to left, right, like this. So we're just gonna put adhesive on the back side of this and put it on. Now, I'm gonna bump it up just a little from center, because one of the things I like to do is sometimes I'll take those little strips, like these, and I'll put them down here at the bottom just to decorate it a little bit. Sometimes I'll use ribbon. Sometimes it's just nice to use those little scraps. And sometimes you have a sticker, but anyway, so, okay, there's number 1 done. Okay, let's get them done. I like these leaves. It's kind of a big pattern for a card, but all right, we're just gonna that, and then we're gonna adhere the little foldy part. So what paper do you guys have picked out to do your cards with? Anything? I thought you were gonna do birthday or something, Heather. I couldn't remember. Somebody said birthday. Was it Christy? Can't remember. Which side do I want to use? I think I'll use the dark. I like it. That. And then we're going to put the flap. I'm next door in the craft house or whatever. My daughter keeps her car in this garage. By getting this house, it gained us a garage so that when she bought her car, she doesn't have to park it in the driveway anymore. So that's why she came over here. And she usually enters through the garage, and I have the front door locked because when I'm over here, I don't like the idea of somebody being able to get in. Although I don't think anybody's getting past Moose, but still, yeah. Don't. 50 pounds. Well, we can make more cards. Okay, so here's our bookmarks. They are ready for decoration, right? There's our bookmark cards. They're ready. They're put together. And now we just have to figure out what we want to do on the fronts. So let's set those aside because those are ready for decoration. And let's score the rest of our cards and get those done. Done. Which ones do you want to do next? Any particular? Let's see. Let's do this. Let's do this flap card. It's kind of in my way right now. Okay. So this flap is a weird little thing. We're going to have to cut some patterned paper first before we start because of the way it goes together, or because of the way I'm putting it together, I guess I should say. So what we need to do first is score. So let's get our scoreboard out. These are the flap cards. And we're going to go through and we're going to score them at 4 1/4. And then it will fold like this, okay? So the biggest piece, the one that started out to be 7 3/4, it gets scored at 4 1/4. Fold it, and there's your base, okay? And then the other little piece that's going to be the flap, put it horizontally, and you're going to score it at 4. Like that. So it will adhere, and this will, open. But we're not adhering yet. We're just scoring. So there's card 1. Let's do it again. Okay, so we have the bigger piece, and you set it in there horizontally. Score it at 4 1/4. Fold it. There is our base. Now we have our little flappy piece. You put it in horizontally and score it at 4. Fold. Okay, just like that. Okay, here's the next one. We have our 7 3/4 piece. Score it at 4 1/4. Fold. There's our base, our flap, put it horizontally, score it at 4, kind of fold it. And it's going to be like this. Last one, pick whichever side you want. Put it horizontally. Do I want it light? Do I want it dark? Do I want it light? I think I want it light on this one. Okay, and then you score it at 4 1/4. Fold it. Then we have our flap, and you put that and score it at 4. Okay, and it goes like that. So we have 4 cards all scored and ready to glue together. But before we can glue that together, I'm putting my scoreboard aside. We need a little strip of paper to go on the inside because it's going to show when your card is closed. That strip is going to show, and it's going to be part of the front of your card, essentially. So you kind of need to pick like 2 patterns, really, that kind of go together. I have my cutter back out again. Let's see. So, like, for example, I could use the leaves and then the wood grain. You know what I mean? Because I have that. Maybe I'll do that. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to cut this piece right here. Let me get my little cheaty out. Are you caught up, Stephanie? Bookmark. Flap. I wrote the patterns. We need 3 1/4 by 5 1/4, and we need 4 of them for the front. 3 1/4 by 5 1/4. So I'm going to cut this leaf print at 3 1/4. And then I'm going to turn it and I'm going to cut it at 5 1/4. And I'm going to go ahead while I have it here. I'm going to make 2. I'm going to go ahead and make 2 of those. This is not my favorite print in the thing, but isn't that perfect to use the ones you hate anyway and make them look good? And so, in other words, this will go here on 2 of our cards. And it doesn't even matter which cards, because you chose the cardstock that coordinates with everything, right? Now we need a strip that's gonna show. And it doesn't have to be very big. I just randomly chose an 1 1/4 or something, but honestly, I could use that wood grain right there and it will look just fine. So I think I'm just going to use my strip of wood grain that I have, and I want it cut at 5 1/4. You can use like a 1 inch by 5 1/4, no problem. You can use a 2 inch by 5 1/4, whatever you want, because basically it's just going to go right inside here. Okay. All right, there's that card. Here's this card. I like how that looks. All right, now I gotta pick another pattern for these 2. Ish, what do I want? Fox with polka dots. I could do fox and polka dot. I have gingham and random. I kind of like these random prints. Plaid with trees. You know, I probably should use the trees. I'm going to use the trees. Okay. Again, I'm going to move that. I'm going to take that little strip off. And it's kind of, I like to save these because I do use those. I often use them. Okay, now this is that piece that I need to be 3 1/4 by 5 1/2. So I'm cutting it at 3 1/4. And then I'm going to cut this at 5 1/4. 3 1/4 by 5 1/4. So I had Moose groomed today, you guys. And while I took him in, I had my hair cut. And when I went to pick up Moose, when he was, I really like these trees. And I don't love those trees, but I like them on this card real well. I need a little strip now. What am I going to do? Should I do the plaid? Yeah, I think I'll do the plaid. I'm just going to cut this like an inch long. or wide, I mean, and I have a ton of cardstock. I could have used cardstock. I'm going to cut this 5 1/4 by 1 inch. It'll be that strip that shows. It's nice that all these papers go together. Anyway, when I went to pick up Moose today, howling like crazy. The guy who does his grooming, he's a Mexican guy, and he was trying to calm him down in Spanish. It was hilarious. But Moose was out of control, howling and barking, and they have like a half door. It's probably up to my thighs, you know, that they open to let the dogs, you know, in and out. And Moose just leapt over the whole thing. He was anxious to get out of there. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and attach these papers. There's my trees. And then I'm going to attach my plaid to the edge. I just want a sliver showing of the orange on the edge. I don't need to leave the full amount there, because the only reason I have it is because it's going to show when the card is shut. And now we want to attach our flap. And so before we attach the flap, I want to show you what I do. So see this little flap right here? I am going to only apply glue to that flap. That's the only place it gets adhered. And I'm going to fold it and put it here. But what I want is I want this to be kind of centered on my card a little bit. And I, again, just my own choice, I'm moving it up. I'm not centering it. Like I could have just put it in the middle of the card, right in the center, but I moved it up from center because I might want to decorate down here. I might want to put a message or little hearts or a punch or a sticker or I don't know, a ribbon. Okay, there's that. Let's do all 4 cards. Now you could, if you're really, you know, you just don't like this flap showing, you can put the flap down first and then put the little thing on top of it, like this, and then it's hidden. But I really want to make sure it shows. I want to make sure it shows. So I'll do this one that way. I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so I'm putting down the trees. And then I'm going to go ahead and glue my flap. Yeah, it's nice if it doesn't show. It looks a little... And I'm just going to put it kind of centered on my card. How you doing, Margie? I heard you're probably getting tons of rain too. It has not stopped raining here. I went over to my dad's. Now I'm going to put this on. I went over to my dad's today to take his garbage out for him and stuff. And it just looked like a drowned rat when I was done. It was just awful. I'm like, ugh. I'd rather have snow, but this would be inches of snow. I can't remember how many inches of snow there is per inch of rain, but I want to say it's like 5, something like that. Okay. You like that better? The other thing I can do to this one is I can, you know, use a white piece in here for like a message. I'll figure something out. It'll be perfect. Okay. I'm going to keep going. Stephanie's probably already done with all of hers because I'm goofing around. So my dad has this tree that is, I can't remember what kind of tree it's called. I want to say it's like a buckthorn or something like that. I don't know what it is, but it is the nastiest tree. It hangs over into his driveway, and it drops, this time of year, it drops these little balls. They're like, it's like walking on BBs all over your driveway. And my dad's walking is a little shaky already, and to be walking on a bunch of BBs. So he goes out every day and, you know, uses his blower and blows off the driveway so that it's safe for him and his wife to walk. And I tried to do it today. It's just raining too hard. And I'm half afraid he's going to jump in the car and go somewhere, but he's going to wipe out, you know, trying to get to his car. So I swept off his drive in the pouring rain. That was fun. Because I know my dad, he's independent and a little stubborn, like, you know, I know somebody like that. I don't know how I feel about this white one, but I'm going to make it work. I'm sort of on the fence about the white one. I'm going to have to put some pattern on there or something. How are we on time? Ooh, we are all at 7:45. 13 inches of snow? Are you serious? So we would have 5 times that. We're supposed to get 5 inches of rain. I believe we are going to, are pretty darn close, because seriously, it has not stopped. It is just, and they said we were going to get nonstop heavy rain for at least 5 hours. They are not kidding. Okay. There are the 4 flap cards. Now we have some more decorating to do, but I'm going to hold off on that just for a few, because I know we need to cut a pattern, but I want to look at our picture cards, at our cards, to see if any of them work first. You know what I mean? Okay, so we got our flap card. We got our bookmark card. We have I'm just putting all of my little parts and pieces together so I don't lose my instructions. Okay, what's next? Let's do the basic easel card. That was the very first card we cut. Let's do that one. That was basic, right? Basic easel. This one, very little scoring, very little cutting, right? Let me just show you my pattern. We have that piece that's 4 1/4 by 11. We just fold it in half and it makes it top folding. And then we're going to fold that in half so that we have this little part that will pop up, right? Let me get my scoreboard out again. Okay, card 1, you take your long, 4 1/4 by 11, the side you want to show, whichever side that is, and you do it in half, which is 5 1/2, and fold it. Now, when you also want to score this part in half, which is 2 3/4. The way I figure that, if I don't want to sit and do math in my head, half of 5 is 2 1/2. That's pretty basic. And then half of 1/2 is 1/4. So I just go another quarter. Okay. So that's how my funky mind works. I don't do that much. I don't do that well with this much rain either. I honestly do better with snow. It is not a lie. I really, really do not love rain. Ugh. So, and then we cut these little panels, and these are going to be the parts that pop. Okay. They're going to be the background piece that pops up, but we're going to cut some pattern on this. So let's go ahead and score all of our cards, 5.5, 2 3/4, fold. I told Steve that I would be on here for 3 hours tonight, but there is no way this is going to take us 3 hours. We are just now, you know, what are we at, an hour and a half? And all we have left to do is 5.5, 2 3/4, is decorate. Decorating sometimes does take some time, but I feel like that did not want to fold right. Sometimes I tuck it up against this edge so that I can get a nice, like my edges all nice together. And then here's that white piece that's gonna pop. So there's card 3. Oh, Noelle. Bleh. The practice test and the final. Aren't you glad you're almost done with that? Oh my gosh. Jen's been taking a class for a while now too, and hers is about done. Thank goodness. It's like school now is so different from when I was in school. Like when I was in school, we did a lot of papers, but not like now. Oh, the wind is picking up. My neighbor's flag is wrapping around his flagpole out there. It's like whipping around. Oh, yay. Okay. There's all our scores for the easel. Let's put that down. Put that scoreboard away. And now let's talk pattern papers. We need 2 pieces the same here and here. Now when it's open, this part back here won't even show really, but when it's closed, it's going to look like this. And so it really does look good to have this, have it be similar. It doesn't have to. I mean, it's your card, whatever you want. But we're going to cut some pieces for the front, and these front patterns are 2.5 by 4 if you want a little border. And you can pick whatever patterns you want. I could do the trees again. The trees are kind of nice on the blue paper. But what else do I have? I have the little fox, the polka dots. I haven't used this yet. That's really nice. Maybe I'll use this one. I'm gonna use a new paper. All right, I'm gonna cut that zip strip thing off. And I'm going to turn it so the mushrooms are upright. It has a little bit of a direction, which is weird, but this will be a 4-inch cut. And then we need each one to be 2.5. So 2.5. And then keep them together. 2.5. There's one. I'll do the other one the same. 2.5. 2.5. Scrap. So I have 2 cards, these colors. And then, what else do I want? I want to do something different. I like using all these different patterns. I think I may do the little fox. Is that weird? It's a little weird. I don't know. We'll see how it looks. It's a little different. 4 inches. And then we're gonna again cut the 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, you know. I might do it my easier way. There's 12, let's go down to 2.5. 2.5. And then we go from 10.5. There's 1, 2.5. And then 2, we go 1, 2.5. And then we go 1, 2.5. All right, scrap. Okay, so what we end up with is some patterns that will go onto your page, and they should kind of be connecty looking when you, like, you know, like if you put the paper together, it'll look connected. So I'm just reconnecting my pieces. You know, that fox looks good on that paper, on that color. All right, so let's go ahead and attach these. You know, all of these papers are made to coordinate together. So it's not like, ooh, boy, is that crooked. It's not like you can go wrong, really. I'm just gonna put this up to the score line and try to make it straight, geesh. And I'm gonna make this one kind of go up to the score line, but not all the way. It won't matter because too much like that. And then this piece will go on here as the front. Now, I'm not going to attach it yet because sometimes when you pick out a front, this needs to be a different size. Sometimes it just needs to be a little bigger, a little smaller, I don't know, or a different color. Sometimes they're just not right. So I'm just going to go ahead and adhere these. Okay, so Stephanie, should I tell them about my Stamplistic thing the other night? You guys want to hear about it? Linda, were you listening? Did you stay up all night to listen to the Stamplistic thing? Because holy moly, they did not call me until dark 30, man. So the thing was, so the way it worked is I got a golden ticket in my box, and during the crafting event, every hour they announced somebody with a golden ticket, and we had 5 minutes to call in. Isn't that cute? Oh, look at that. And then, are you caught up, Stephanie? Wow. Anyway, and then we got a t-shirt, and we could change our t-shirt in for an envelope. And then she said, okay, if you give up your t-shirt for an envelope, would you give up your envelope for a sweatshirt and a $25 gift card? And then you had to decide what your odds were, right? For getting something better than a sweatshirt and a $25 gift card. Cool, right? Look at that, la la la. Okay, there is card 3. So we have 1, 2, 3 batches of card bases done. We only have 1 left. And it is I can't remember. I have it in my pile. Oh, it's the easel, I think. No, we did the easel. vertical step card. Ta-da! Grab it. So with this one, we have a lot more scoring, okay? So I'm just going to leave these out for a second so that you can see where we score. I'm going to get out my scoreboard. This is my cheat on the side. So card 1, you pick which side is the front. Which side do I want as the front? I think I want the lighter side as the front. Okay, you score it at 1, at 2, 6.5. 1, 2, 6.5. And then you bring in the pop-up piece, and it gets scored at 1.5. Okay? There's your card base. I'm gonna keep scoring. Yes, I'll do that. I will do that, Stephanie. 1, 2, and 6.5. Bring in your pop-up piece and score it at 1.5. I can just post a picture of all my 1, 2, and 6.5. Pop-up piece, 1.5. This is the last of our scoring. Isn't this nice? 1, 2, 6.5. And the little piece, 1.5. There we go. All our scoring is done. Now we can fold. So every time they drew a name, and what they would do, even if the person took a sweatshirt or a t-shirt, they would say, which envelope would you have taken? And then they opened it. So you knew 6 of the envelopes had good prizes in them, over $100, and 6 of the envelopes had dud things worth less than $1. And so, you had a 50-50 shot from the start. I folded that wrong. It's supposed to be like this, accordion fold. There, like that. There's one. Anyway, so I kept keeping track of what people were getting, and it kept going back and forth. Good, bad, good, bad, good, bad. And it was like, dang it. So every single time it stayed 50-50 shot of getting a good or a bad. And by the time they got to me, I thought, I couldn't believe how late it was. I don't even know. I think I was second to last, and there was like 11 of us that they called. And when they called my name, I think there were 2 prizes left, and it was 50-50 shot. And I just kept thinking for sure that it was in envelope number 5, and it was left. And I was like, I'm just going to go for it. But then my daughter was in the background, and she's like, don't do it. She's like, get the sweatshirt. You've been wanting a sweatshirt. You get a gift card. You can take a class or something. Just go for it. And so I went for the sweatshirt and the cash. And when they opened envelope number 5, it was such a weird prize. All the other dud prizes were really different, but this was like a foster cat. Okay. Like they had somebody in the Fansters who was trying to get rid of a foster cat, and that kept bouncing back, to their house or whatever. And so they were trying to find a home. And I was like, I'm actually a good home for a cat, but I already have a cat and she's high maintenance. Okay, let's cut some patterns. So, I need a strip over here on each card, and it's only going to show a little tiny bit. This might be a really good place for the plaid. It's got to be something, it's got to be something maybe like this. Oh, this orange plaid. I like the orange on the outside. I'm going to cut that first. So the vertical piece, we're going to do it first because it's just easier. You want something on the front. Now you don't have to put pattern piece on the front because those pocket cards, we cut this special just for pocket cards. I may save this piece for just in case. And then let's see. I'm looking through my papers. I think I'm going to use up some of the polka dots. I'm going to use up a couple of polka dots, and I'm just going to cut those into 1-inch strips. And this piece right here is, I want to say you need it to be 4. Let me grab my cheaty thing. I didn't obviously finish this. This is 4.5. So if we cut this at like 4 1/4, it'll be fine. So we're gonna cut these at 4 1/4. We could even cut them at 4. And you need 2 per card. So there's 1 card, 4 1/4. There's 2 cards, right? And then what else do I have? Scrappy. I have a lot of polka dots. I'm just gonna use, I don't know. Do I like these fox. I might use them for something. I'm gonna use the wood grain. Cut these off. Anyway, so I ended up with a sweatshirt and a $25 gift card. And I'm pretty happy with that because the foster cat would not have worked out. Now, the grand prizes. Oh gosh. Okay. Somebody help me. Stephanie, help me. Okay. The biggest prize that never did get claimed was their New Year cheer box, which is about $150 if I remember right. It's another event kind of like the one we were attending. So, that would have been really nice. All right. I'm going to attach these strips here. So yeah, it would have been really nice to get the New Year's box for free. That would have been great, but you can't get a sweatshirt from them without winning it. And so I'm pretty happy to have won it. Okay, now I'm going to attach this flap, and here's how I'm going to attach it. Okay. The first thing is you have to put the bottom down. Okay. So here's your bottom of your card, and you're going to attach here to here, just like that. Okay. And you can use liquid glue or whatever you want. Okay. I'm just going to lay it down here. I'm going to center it. And then this part gets adhered just to the back. And so, like that. And then you've got your pop-up and you're ready to decorate. So there's one. Let's get these strips put in here. And the other thing that I was kind of, I know it seems ridiculous, but now that I've lost so much weight, I went through the winter wearing a I only own 3 sweatshirts because I've never been hot a day or cold a day in my life. And I'm the person who could wear, you know, winter gear never. Like, I could wear summer gear all year long, and I never even owned a sweatshirt other than I bought one at Disney one time when it was really, really cold and we were outside all day. And so I, you know, the sweatshirts I own are all enormous. And so I was kind of happy to get a sweatshirt. And it's one that I'll actually wear. I don't even care about the $25. I was like excited to get their sweatshirt. Okay, try to put that on neatly. I'm trying to hurry here. Okay, and then this one, look how close we are, which is great. Oh, I could do the little fox on each side. I might, instead of the polka dots, just for fun. Oh, this rain, it's like lulling me. I've not been sleeping good since Steve's been gone. Oh. I didn't realize how hard it is to sleep when you're just used to having another lump next to you. I tried to get Moose to sleep in the bed with me one night, and he was like, nope. Okay. All right. We have our cards. There are 16 cards here, and we have made quite the dent in the paper. Let me just kind of show you what I have left. I have this much wood grain, this sheet and a leaf of the leaf. I have this much of the fox print polka dot. I have this, and 2 sheets of the all over. And you know, this would be an awesome, like I could make a totally cool scrapbook page with this and come out with it gone. I may do that yet. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow morning or something. And I still have some of that to use, but maybe I'll do that tomorrow morning. Okay, I'm getting these out, and I'm going to start by trimming these guys because I really want to use them as my card fronts, and I can add stickers and things to them, embellishments and stuff. And another thing about these is that you can always use these as like if you don't want to use this journal piece, for example, you put it on there anyway, but then put something else, like, you know, one of the little square pieces on top of it or something, you know, you can always tweak. So I am so much faster with my chopper. I should just grab it and hack away. Are you all falling asleep? Getting tired? it's hard to watch someone else craft. I've noticed that when I watch YouTube and stuff, I'm like, ugh, hurry up. I'm impatient, but it really is kind of hard. And especially if you would do something differently than the way I'm doing it, like if you would cut it differently or do something else, it is really hard. I have like a little sliver of white on that. So annoying. Okay, let's see. All right. See, I have like teensy, tiny bit of white. I'm gonna try to cut that off if I can. I guess I should just cut it more. It's shredding it instead of cutting it. Okay. Get all this junk off my desk. All right, now that's just one page. Should I go? I should cut my second one. I'm going to use my chopper because I'm so fast in comparison. Let me just pull it over and tell me what everybody's doing. What'd you eat for dinner? Did you have dinner? Are you eating dinner as we talk? What's everybody doing? I've started doing this thing. I use turkey in everything now. And I made turkey meatloaf last night, just a small thing of it. And of course, it's just me eating it because Jen eats at weird times of night and she doesn't always eat what I make. And so I took that meatloaf and I crumbled it all up and I put it in spaghetti sauce. And I had pasta tonight. Okay, now we decide what we want on the front of our cards. And we have tons of stickers. And we have lots of options, right? Lots of options. So I'm just spreading these out. These are all horizontal. Pork chop on a salad. See, that sounds really good. And then we have the bookmarks. Okay, let's see. Leaves are falling. Autumn is calling. That looks nice. This is a horizontal. Now, this is not enough by itself, so I could put this on here, but then add stickers to it, or it could be part of the inside flap. You see how that will work? So I like how that works, and I may need a second one for that. Hoodies, hot cocoa, boots, blue jeans. Yeah, I don't love this one. I'll think about it. I do very much like this mushroom one, and it kind of goes with this pop-up. Autumn days are here again. Do I have any leaves? This might be one that I can put on here, like maybe trim it. I gotta think about this one a sec. Gotta see what I got that's horizontal. This little bird, I just don't know. I could put some other things with it, and I like the idea of putting it with the trees. Fall blessings. Ooh, that's nice. Okay. I'm Nuts About You. That one might be really cute on the, with the trees. Let me see. Think about that. We have this little owl. See, I think I can trim that off at the top and it'll be perfect for the front of that card. Autumn Harvest Market. I got to see what stickers I have because I think I have a little blue truck that'll go perfect with that. Hey There Foxy. You know, I might put this on the fox print. I don't know about the words, but I like that. Fall, not sure. Here's that weird hoodie blue jean thing. Yeah, I'm not crazy about that. And little mushrooms. Here's that. Now I'm on my duplicates. The flip thing. I might do the inside flip of this and then this. That's cute. I need an outside. If I put this one on the flip, I need something out here. I could do the owl on that one too. I have leaves, fall blessings, autumn days are here again. See, I got stuff on the inside of that. There's that bird that I'm not sure I'm going to use. Not sure I'm going to use him. See, this is what's on the back. Now, here's an option for the inside of that flipper. You know, I could put this on the inside. I like that. Here's another fox that goes with this one. I like that. And I think I like the Fall Blessings one. And I like this Fall Blessings one. So I'm just sorting now into piles so that I can decorate in a fast way. And this one I've got set up. This one needs an inside. This one I'm not sure about. Let's see. I don't really I could put something about fall, and then maybe I have a pumpkin or some stickers or something. I'm going to put this one on the inside, and on the outside, I'm going to do something with stickers. I'm not sure what yet, but something. And then I'm Nuts About You, or should I do something else? No. I just think I'm going to use that. Okay. So this is what I have left. I have my bookmark cards left. Now these I can, you know, like you can just tuck one in. The wood grain might be a little too matchy. I do like the fall thing though, and I like this leaves. And I may just switch one out. Which one? I do not know yet. Horizontal. I could do this one. Okay. All right. There I go. I just need to adhere like a mad woman, right? And then the other thing, I still have these. Now, if I don't have enough stickers, it would be really easy, not easy, but you could fussy cut or cut one of these out and use those. You could use this color as a matte so that your cards have more of this color. So that's an option. And then I have all of these stickers. So I have the big fox, the owl, the bear, the skunk. I have a lot of options here. So The only other thing I really need to cut is something for the bottom of these strips. These are 1 inch, so I need at least a 3/4 inch strip of something to go across there. And I'm thinking I may use this pattern because I haven't used it yet. See, I can just put that across. That is so cute. Where's those other cards? 1, 2, there's one. I don't know if it goes with that one as well. This one it does. It's okay. I just need to start adhering so I don't lose all my pieces. Oh, I like that. Okay. Yep. So I just need a couple more for these. Just little strips. I have lots of scraps. I'm going to think about that. Okay, I'm going to start gluing together and we will be, you know, more or less done. So I'm just going to trim this up a little tiny bit because it feels a little clunky. I'm going to take this bookmark off for a minute. I'm going to put this here. And you know, this will go on here. I like to put a little something on here. And you know, we have leaves. We want this to be able to open so we can't overlap, okay? But we can, you know, put it on here. I'm gonna put that there. I'm just gonna trim the top of that sticker off. And I have this little leaf, which is really great. You know, the other thing I use a gob of is, you know, foam. So, especially when you're not like me, I'm not really mailing these to someone. Oh, so cute. And then this little I love fall. Falling for you. Oh my gosh, that's cute. I like the grateful for you. And I think I'm going to put another little, ta-da, there's card 1. Done. All right, let's do this one. Are you all like, I want to have mine done? We are at 2 hours. We are at the 2-hour mark. It's probably going to take me half an hour to, you know, throw everything on here or whatever. I think that's pretty good, 2.5 hours to make 16 cards. Yep, I love it. All right, let's see. What do I want? I want this popped up. So what's everybody else doing that's exciting? There's only 2 people left watching. All right, who's watching? I want to know. I want to know. I think that's really sweet, just like that. Pumpkin spice and everything nice. And I think I'm gonna use this across the bottom. Anybody heard what JJ's doing, how JJ's doing? Is there any message? I might put, I don't like to put a whole lot of stuff on the actual bookmark because if it really gets used. Yes, I saw it. I just looked. That's funny. I appreciate you sticking with me because I'm gonna finish these if it kills me tonight. I want to get these done, and it's really nice to have them, you know, totally finished. There's a pumpkin. Should I put an acorn, a little acorn? And then maybe on the inside, I'll put the little squirrel. That is so cute. All right, here's that. I think this is the one where I was trying to decide what I want to put at the bottom. And I have some wood grain that would work. I have these stickers that would work. Oh, that's kind of nice actually. If I get it straight, like too much caffeine today or something. That's nice. I like the fall blessings. And I kind of like that wood grain on there too. What was that, 3 inches? Something like that. Still pouring. It's still, it's just pouring. You can hear it. Yeah, I got that a little crooked. That will drive me crazy. I can't leave it. Even if I cover it up, I'll know underneath it's crooked. And then I'll put a little something. Is that too much? The little bear? I might use that bear on one of the flippy ones. I keep thinking I'm either going to have to sleep over here tonight or walk home through this crazy rain. Oh my God. Yeah. None of it sounds good. I think a leaf. I'm just taking stickers and putting them on. I'll probably put a couple gems at the top, or I could use one of those, you know, I have all those strips. You know how I have all these crazy strips and things? Like sometimes just putting one across the top really adds. And I kind of am not sure what I want to do. I might use this one. Got to decide. There. I like that. Done. All right. And I could add to this bottom also. Like, you know how I used this on the front? I just keep adding until everything is gone. That's really sweet. Okay, what's next? This one's next. And I don't have a bottom for this one again. I'm kind of tempted to add that blue or something to this because it needs some color. Let me just cut a little color on here. I think that'll help. That little truck is cute. Could have done the truck. I'm gonna run out of adhesive before I run out of anything. All right. What am I gonna do at the bottom? Oh, I love the pumpkins. I'm very tempted to cut these pumpkins out. Maybe not this minute, but and put that on the bottom. I think I may do that. That's gonna be one of those ones that takes me a minute, but I like it. So, all right, now we have this, which we were gonna put. I just need to trim a smidge off. So Heather, I have a question for you. Have you been watching the Stampin' Up presentations that they have? You know how they the owner does like a kit every month or whatever. Do you watch those? I'm asking just because I'm curious. This little bird is stumping me whether I want to use this little bird. The problem is I don't really have other things that go with the little bird, but I think I can use this little blue I think I can use this little blue piece and then add I need to trim that a little more. I'm going to add that little blue piece, and then I think I'm going to use the little bear on this one. You know, I think, Stephanie, all of this rain that's coming is going to end up going northeast. I don't think that you're going to end up with any of it, which is really nice, right? Normally, I feel like what happens is these storms, they go through like Illinois, Indiana, and they kind of come your way like they curl back kind of towards the southeast again. But this is, I don't think it's slated to come that direction, which is nice. They're getting what we got this morning in Michigan. It's just sort of went up that way. Today's just been crazy. I feel like he needs another little something, but what? And if I put a mushroom or something there, it's going to look like he pooped or something. It's just not right. It's just not right. So I got to think about that a minute. But I think a message or flowers. I like that. I like that a lot. This is one thing that these paper packs are so amazing for, is you can just crank through, and all of the stickers are kind of made for card making. And, you know, you can just, it's so nice to be able to use them. And I'm just going to cut a little sliver. I just threw one of my cards on the floor. I don't know which one. I'm just going to put this here. I feel like when you open this card, it's like this is so blank. It needs a little something. Nice, right? And then a message. I could put something else in there, but that's nice. That's done. Oh, my pile of finished cards. Hold on a minute. This is what I got totally done. I could put some gems on some of these, but really, really good shape. I'm in good shape. Right? A little big. Got caught. Chop that a little bit. So tomorrow, I'm so excited. Tomorrow, I am showing a scrapbook page that I'm going to send out to everybody as a kit who orders from me. I love it. I love it a lot. And I can say I did not, that it's not my design, okay? I'm copying it from someone else, but I love it. And I think what's nice about it, honestly, is that it's a pain to cut out all the pieces. So it's a perfect one to get in the mail, because already I'm touching these wheels because I'm sure you can hear my rain, because it is loud in here. I feel like I'm screaming to talk over it. You know what I mean? These little wheels might be an issue. I may have to do something with that. I'm trying to unsticker them. And then I've got, it's like pounding at the windows, like pounding on the roof. Ta-da! Okay, I really like that too. I think that's good. Let's do another. This little fox is so cute, but I don't know about the hey there, foxy. I don't know, it's quirky. Should I do it? Pop Dot Sturdy. Gosh, that was a fun night. Oh my gosh, we had so much fun. I was so wound up. I don't know about you guys. I could not go to sleep. And part of it was we were on so late, and Jen and I were having so much fun. We only put adhesive on the bottom part here. Linda, I won a sweatshirt and a $25 gift card. If I would have chosen the envelope, I would have gotten a foster cat, which is crazy. I don't know why I was like so dead set on that number. I was like the whole day I told Jen, I think the big prize is number 5. If it comes to me, I'm going to pick number 5. And she's like, when it came down to my name and it was 50-50, and even Justine was like, you got to go with your gut here. And if your gut is saying, you know, that you really want a sweatshirt, you should just do the sweatshirt. I really like that. I feel like I need a strip in there. Let's see. Do I want blue? Is that too much? It's a lot. 4 1/4. Anyway, so yeah, I went for the sweatshirt. She gave us the option of a sweatshirt and a gift card or the envelope. And Jen was like, do the sweatshirt, do the sweatshirt, do the sweatshirt. She was like really pushing. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna do the sweatshirt. I don't know what to do with these mushrooms. I'm coming up on a couple of things that might work for the mushrooms. Right? It'll work. I'll come up with something. That's really kind of cute. I'll figure something out to put in the inside of that to make it make sense so it's not weird. Because that is a little weird. I like this little owl, but he's going to be too big. All right, so if I put him like this, I need something over here. Oh, look at that. Is that too perfect? That's perfect. Let's see. So I got my Schaumburg Expo info sign up thing reminder in the mail today. Is anybody going to that? Linda, Heather, you guys? I usually do go to the shopping portion. I looked at the classes and I wasn't really all that impressed by anything like that I was dying to attend, you know what I mean? That little owl is kind of cute, but I need something. I need a little something up here. I might get out some bling for this one. And I like this Hello Fall. Ooh, that's a possibility. Like down at the bottom. I gotta think about that for a minute too. I'm gonna put that in my think about it pile, because I know I have another owl here. Gotta cut him down. It just, I don't know what it just did, but all of a sudden you can hear rain like pounding. I'm like, what the heck? I always get nervous during storms because we have, in this yard, we have 3 90+ feet sycamore trees. And they are from, you know, they were planted in like the 1960s. They're not young trees. And they're messy already. And then to, you know, have storms, it's like, oh, God, all we do, pick up limbs and bark and branches and things. So I'm always like, oh, no, not again, right? I'm not sure about this one. Is that better? I don't know. I gotta think about that a sec. And yeah. There's this one here that says thankful. That's really nice. And I think if I put something behind it, I think that'll be really good. How close am I? Oh, good. I'm glad I got that close. I didn't want to redo that. Yeah, I think that's what the other owl needs too, is a little something. I'll put the mushrooms in there. All right, what else do I have? Oh, mushrooms. Of course I do. That little bear is cute. See, that's one thing. Oh, I'm out of adhesive. That you have to look at both sides of everything, and if you're willing to fussy cut, it's really awesome. You can really do some neat things. I feel like this needs some color. Maybe even another piece of cardstock, like brown or something. All right, let's trim that. Yeah, I like that. I'm gonna put that at the bottom. The glue in my container tonight is the Club Scrap bookbinding glue. It is so fat. It's very much like the Barely Arts grip glue, for those of you who like that. The only reason I'm putting on so many kind of pop dots on here is because I don't want the sticky to work against me if it gets stuck onto my card, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not taking the sticker sticky off. The owl needs a frame. Like what? Like I did on the other card where it needs like a border or something. Oh, see, I have to have this popped up in order for that to catch. That means I got to do something else with that. I think I can do this. I'm just finding smaller sized adhesive so I don't have to cut it. Because, yes, I am lazy that way. Like that. I may not have to do that one. That'll work. Get off of me. Boom. This adhesive just clung on. Look at me. I'm almost out of stickers. Oh, I got one more blue one right here. I'm going to put it here. Okay. Ooh, nice. And is it too weird to give a stranger something that says falling for you? I'm not sure how I feel about that. Oh, that's a good idea. See, I have it in my it needs work pile. Yeah, like even just brackets on each side, like a blue bracket or something. That would work. I'm not sure how I feel about this falling for you thing, but it's the only message I have left other than fall memories and hello fall. I could do hello fall. I feel like I'm saving that for some reason though. I got to think about this a little bit. This one needs a message. It needs something. So that's in my work pile. Here I am with another. It got super quiet in here all of a sudden, like super quiet. And I thought, oh, it quit raining. And now, boom, nope, start raining again. I don't think it quit. This one's a little matchy-matchy. I thought about using this fox and popping him up and making him, you know, more dimensional, but yeah. The hey there, Foxy. I may cover that up. I'm just saying. I don't know if I'm going to keep that. Sometimes I'll take a strip of paper or something and just put it over because I don't love all these messages on these things. They're a little weird. That's one thing I've noticed with, you know, for the most part, close to my heart messages were usable to me. And I've noticed sometimes the Stampin' Up, they have something really weird. Like they have things that are a little too personal in terms of, like, I don't give a lot of cards to my husband, but they're like the kinds of cards I would only give to my husband. You know what I mean? So I have to, you know, think about, would I really use that? Oh yeah, I could do that. Hello. I like that. And that might work on that mushroom, just the mushroom one. Sweet. Gems, needs gems. Okay. I got another one. I get another opportunity. Figure out what the heck I want to do with that. Look at that. That's so adorable. See, if I fussy cut that out, this could be, you know, something like that could be my stopper. I really do like that idea. What did I put in as a stopper here? Fall. Oh yeah. I like that idea, Heather. I'm gonna do that. Now where to put it? It's so dang big. I should pop it up, but I'm just gonna do it like that. Nice. That turned out nice. Cute. This white, it just isn't quite enough. It's just not enough, but it helps. It just needs more. So let me look at my stash here. I got lots of scraps over here. So the papers that you guys picked out to use, do they have these little cards in them? Or did you pick out something else? Because one of the reasons I like to pick the Echo Park is because I don't have to do any stamping or coloring or whatever. And like on this one, I could probably tie a ribbon around the top or some twine and, you know, call it done. So it is kind of, it's kind, you know, I always like, what are you guys picking? And I'm trying to figure out how much work you're going to be doing on yours. I love having paper packs that have lots of embellishments and variety so that I don't even have to think about it. I know I have so much. I don't have to hoard anything because I am not going to keep it forever. I refuse. I refuse. Keep this, after these cards are made, and I may make a scrapbook layout or two, I'm done. And I can put together a scrapbook layout just like this. Ta-da! Yeah, Echo Park. The Echo Park, you know, all of the different Cartabella usually has them. Simple Stories, right? Yeah, like that. I am almost done. How are we doing on time? It's been 2.5 hours, right? 6:30. Yep. 2.5 hours. I feel like I'm under the gun. Gotta hurry. Let's see. Wood? No. I'm tired of wood grain now. I can't believe I said that, but I am. I'm sick of wood grain already. I'm like, I gotta pick something else. I do kind of like this. And look, I have just enough left. It's exactly the right size. So. Will the little fox work on here? He's kind of big. I also have a raccoon, and I have an owl, and I have a skunk. Is it wrong to put a skunk on somebody's card? It doesn't feel right. That feels weird. So, I do like the little owl, though. That is really cute. With a little something there, but I don't know what. I do like some of these that little squirrel. I might fussy cut him. I like that. I think the little squirrel. And then it's a stand up, so I want it to have oomph. I want it to look special. One of the things I haven't used yet is this. I feel like this card needs more than this card. I only have these 3 left. This one is possibility for that. All right, let's see. I've spent a lot of time watching me glue tonight. I cannot wait to see what you guys come up with. Honestly. Cannot wait. I have this giant tree. It's like, no. It's just not. It's just too big. It's too big. Do you hear that? Do you hear it? Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to walk home in this. The next time somebody asks me if I'm building like a path on the, like underground or something, I'm going to say absolutely yes, I am. Because I need one for days like today. I'm cutting out these little banners. I figured it won't take me very long, and it needs it. So while Steve has been gone, let me see. I'm reading your messages. Hold on a minute. Oh, good. I know, but you don't want to part with your pretty paper. Well, like I said, I don't know why. Oh, I don't know if I finished my thought, but I have 2 of this pack. Why? Why did I buy this twice? I think one of them was from Daisy Lane. Like, I just, saw it and picked it up. That's really nice. It doesn't even say anything. It's just a generic looking card, but it's nice. Ugh. I just do not like that message, y'all. Okay. Anyway, while Steve's been gone, I saw an interview with Eddie Murphy where he was talking about Beverly Hills Cop, and he was that they had asked him to make a fourth one, and he was like, I don't think the third one was good enough. And should I use that I'm nuts about you? Or anyway, so he wasn't going to do it. And then they had him, like, he went back and he watched the old ones again, and he was like kind of surprised that they were, you know, you could still watch them and laugh and they were still good. And so he's like, you know, I don't think that was as bad as I thought. So he agreed to make a fourth one, and it just came out. I don't know if you guys saw it. It's on Netflix. And so the other night I was watching Beverly Hills Cop 4. Do I want it there? Do I want it there? I think I want a message on there, so. One thing's for sure, I'm almost out of adhesive all over the place. I'm almost out of glue. I'm out of I have to refill my tape runner. This is what I have left, stickers. I have this little mushroomy thing. I don't know about that. And I have the critters. That's what I got. I think I've done pretty well. So that's all the stickers I have. I have some of these. Some of these are really cute, but what to do? You watched 3? Just the third one, or you watched all 3? Because I seriously thought about going back and watching them, because my daughter has not seen any of them, and she was kind of starting to get into the 4th one with me, and it was like, oh my gosh, you gotta see the first one. The first one is awesome. You have to see it. So she was gonna watch it with me, but we got tied up doing other things. So she's back at work, and now our movie time is done. I really like that. I don't know why, but I do. That's very basic. I think I might put this on the inside. My favorite is the one at the very beginning one, just the third one. I don't remember that much about the third one. There was one where, wasn't there one where they went to New York instead of, I don't know. Was that the third one? Anyway, I am gonna have to, watch it. All right, here's my ones that need work. This one, and I think I'm gonna cut out the pumpkins for that one. Although I won't make you watch me do that. That seems like torture. This one, I have no idea what I want to do to it, but it needs something. It needs something here. I just don't know what. Any ideas? I just really like that little guy. Okay, well, I don't know, but let's flip through. These couple I'm going to do something with. I may have to stamp. I don't know. I can't decide. But these two, these three, out of the 16 cards, these are the three that I'm like, okay, I got to do something bigger with those. So here we go. The owl with the wreath, the bookmark card, easel, fall, hello fall, Wonder World Amusement Park. Oh, ooh, yeah, I think I need to rewatch that one. So that one needs bling or some twine around the top. I have that, Stampin' Up! Has that cool twine, and I went nuts. And they have like all these colors in one batch, and then they have this one, which is just a bunch of linen. But look how nice that would look on there. Yeah, I might tie a little twine around there. Oh, that's a great idea. Actually, it may fix that one too. I'll put it there. Thankful. I might put twine on all of them. This one would be cute with twine. Hey there, Foxy. Do not know about that. I don't know about that one. Autumn Harvest. Fall Blessings, that's another easel. Thankful for You. This little bear is adorable. Another fall bookmark. I was looking to see if I had any more of the little acorns. I am out of acorns. That was really cute. The Fall Blessings one. I feel like this one could use a little color here or twine here. I'm not sure. And then the bookmark. There we go. We are not quite at 3 hours. I was right, 3 hours. Holy moly. But I'm done. I'm really, 10 minutes to finish those and I'd be done. So that is a stash buster. This is done. I am not probably going to use this ruler. I may cut this up and put it with my house redecorating. I have all those tool paper packs and all that stuff. I may put that with that, and the rest of this I'm just getting rid of, because what am I going to do with those critters, right? And then the papers that I have left are minimal, and if I put together a real quickie scrapbook page, I'll post it, because I really think, oh, and the blue that I used, thank you, Stephanie, for the idea. This is sea salt. It's that close to my heart new color. And look how well it matches. It looks so good. It's almost, the backside's almost a perfect match. And so it worked out great to use that with these fall colors. It's beautiful. I have a lot of it. So if you need a sheet or two, let me know. And yeah, and I think if I use this as the base, and I can make a couple of pretty cool looking fall layouts. Look, there's even wood grain left. Oh gosh. It's just it's so pretty. This and the brown together, right? I'll just make myself a couple of layouts real quick tomorrow morning. I may sleep over here if it doesn't stop raining a little bit. There's something about this paper I really, really like. And I'm torn about using it. It's a little over much, and at the same time I really like it. So, all right, that's it, everybody. I have no problem throwing this little bird away. I could use the back, I guess. Have a great night. I'm gonna go swim home, I hope. And I hope that you guys pop in tomorrow. Yes, that tree paper. Ooh, that's a good idea. See, I could make a couple of scrapbook layouts. See, these paper packs are way too big for me to make. I don't want to make 10 layouts out of this paper. I just don't use it that much. I don't have that many photos, and I have a lot of fall paper that I love. So I don't want to use all the same paper pack. I want to spread around a little bit. So if I just make a couple of layouts, I'm okay with that. And then all these cards, and I could even just grab another batch of cards and, you know, use those up. I mean, honestly, look at that. JJ gives out 500 cards every occasion. And so she needs them. That's awesome. It's an awesome use of a Daisy Lane garage sale paper pack. Awesome. And it was a fun night. So thank you for joining me. Bye, everybody. Good night.